fun to watch today as we see the second, the first varsity eights going off and going head to head. Virginia, Clemson, Notre Dame, Duke, Syracuse, Miami. Miami will be in lane 1. That's on the far side of your screen. Notre Dame in lane 2. Syracuse in lane 3. Clemson lane 4. Duke in lane 5. And Virginia in lane 6. And Duke has barely been giving a challenge, as has Syracuse, to the Virginia defending champions all through this regatta today. Poised and waiting and underway. The ultimate at the 21st Annual ACC Rowing Championship. The first varsity eights underway and on the water. Again, Miami at the top of the screen. Notre Dame in second lane. Syracuse in the third lane. Clemson in the fourth. Duke in the fifth. Virginia in the sixth as they roll through the breakage area. If anything had happened up to a point, they could stop the race and reset, but right now, there's no looking back here, Amanda.
And we've seen some battling today across the events with Duke, Virginia, and Syracuse, and it's going to be quite exciting to see how this pans out. You know, I almost think that Duke and Virginia are have an advantage because they're right next to each other. It might be a little more difficult to see and feel Syracuse and where they are in the pack.
Miami and Syracuse battling on the far side of the course right now, while Duke and Virginia duke it out on this side of the course, but out to an early lead. Syracuse really trying to set the pace. Virginia sticking with them, and the Miami Hurricanes coming on like a hurricane too. So again, top to bottom, you're looking at Miami, Notre Dame, Syracuse, Clemson, Duke, and Virginia. Virginia beginning to move a little bit forward and getting ahead of Duke and passing, it looks like, Syracuse as well. And that is a little bit difficult when you're having the top seed going down, Virginia going down on the outside, to look all the way across the course through those other boats to see what's happening.
Most definitely, and that's where your coxswain has been hopefully practicing and making sure that they can kind of sense and they can see a little bit more, obviously, because they are facing forward and they can see where those bow balls are, as well as look across at the other crews, just as Virginia did, to see where they are and what they need to do. Because ultimately, they don't want to just sit. They want to keep going. They want to lengthen whatever lead they had. But other crews at this point are going to respond to that.
You saw that coxswain in the Virginia boat really laying into the rowers there, encouraging him as he goes down, using a lot of body language in trying to encourage them to move forward. And boy, is it working, because they're almost a full boat length out ahead. Syracuse in the meantime sticking right with them, and Duke right there too, Amanda. Here's a look inside the Virginia boat, the determination. You can see the starboard and port oars, how they split and go out, and when they go back to the catch, then all come together to pull that power and pull that boat through the water.
There's a good shot of the Notre Dame Varsity 8, and I mentioned before that shells are named based off of different dedications, and I think this one is special to point out. This shell is dedicated to the 2020 class. It's called the Vision 2020, and it's in honor of kind of the season that those seniors prior had missed out on.
Little open water now from the stern of Virginia. Back to the second place battle going on between Syracuse and Duke. They are really going at it, and here another great shot of that boat from Virginia, and the coxswain putting it all into it. But look at that form and look at that swing to that boat. They are really flying here, Amanda. They are really moving and putting it forward. Syracuse in second right now, Duke in third. In between them, Clemson fighting to stay with that pack, as is Notre Dame and Miami. And it looks like quite a race coming down as they pass through the 1,000-meter mark and head to the last half of the race. Virginia out ahead, Duke, Clemson, Syracuse, Notre Dame, and Miami trying to keep up. As we look at them from the top, that's Miami at the top, and Notre Dame in the second lane. Syracuse out there battling for second. Clemson in between them and Duke, who's in the battle for second too. But Virginia out ahead, and they are really looking to repeat as the ACC rowing champions. The Virginia Cavaliers, they have a lead in the team points right now, and if they hold out for this victory, they will have plenty of points and make it for sure. The Virginia team heading down to the launch dock, already hugging on the dock, celebrating what they feel as their team championship.
Again, I'm a big firm believer in it's not over till it's over, because I think that once you get these boats up to speed, you can certainly get it into another level. And when you hit that level, when you hit the speed and you feel the increased power, it's addictive and it will not stop. You will keep charging forward, and surprises have already happened today, Mark.
That's right. And look at this. Here comes Duke really beginning to move forward to Syracuse. Syracuse battling to stay up with them in between those two. It's Clemson doing their best to chase down somebody. But Virginia out front looking to capture their 20th ACC rowing championship. They have been dominant since these championships began back in the year 2000. They've only not been champion one year when Clemson won. The other 19 years they've been the champion, and they're looking for 20. Here comes the battle down to the line. The Virginia rowers on the dock, pumping their fist in the air, screaming at their boat that's just about 50 meters away, as they're about 70 meters from the finish line. Here comes Duke charging forward. Syracuse trying to keep up with them. It's going to be a fierce battle for second, but Virginia losing some ground, actually. They had an open water lead, and it looks like that boat from Duke's beginning to creep up on them. They have 30 meters to the finish. Virginia looking to capture the ACC rowing championship for 2021 after a year off. Virginia digging in deeper, making more open water. It's Duke speeding up as well. Duke will be capturing second here in the first Varsity 8 final, and then Syracuse in third. Clemson will be in fourth. Notre Dame in fifth. Miami in fifth, and Notre Dame in sixth. But what a showing from Virginia, and they are celebrating. They know they have won the ACC rowing championship for the 20th time for their coach, Kevin Sauer. Look at him celebrating on the dock here.
And I can only imagine that even though this is the 20th of 21, every single one of these wins, championships, they